Hey everybody, so here we are in lockdown again in the UK, and just when we thought it was safe to go back out into the world, along comes another wave of COVID. And so the big question that so many people ask during a time like this is, how do I keep going? How do I keep on doing this? It's been since March 2020. I've had to keep on doing this. I've had to avoid other people. I've had to avoid social settings. I can't go to a restaurant. I can't go to a pub. Can't go to a sports match. And it really has started to take its toll on many people's mental health. It's started to take its toll on people's finances, on people's families, on people's relationships. And so all I want to do today is to give you 5 ways to succeed during lockdown, because you can, and you actually can move yourself ahead during lockdown. Number 1, stay busy. Stay busy. Do not slip into idleness during the lockdown where you're only getting up out of bed late in the morning, 11, 12 o'clock, even 10 o'clock is too late. That sort of thing. You're starting to get yourself into very, very negative body patterns, and depression and sleeping in late are very, very closely linked. And so we've got to be very, very careful how we conduct ourselves when it comes to our behavior during lockdown. Get into a good routine of getting up early in the morning. I know for myself, 6:15, 6 o'clock is usually when I will get up. That might be a bit too early for you, but I love the early morning. You see, the early morning invigorates me, it enlivens me. So stay busy. Clean around the house if you can. Maybe just tackle one room at a time, tackle one cupboard at a time. I know I've redone sort of my clothing cupboard, for instance. That's one thing that I did the one day. My wife and I will set aside a morning and just do a whole bunch of housework together. Maybe you are working from home. Maybe you are a key worker and you're actually not staying at home. And so the lockdown will affect you differently. So I guess this applies mainly to those who are actually having to stay at home. And when it comes to work, be diligent about your work. Set your targets for the day. I set daily goals. In fact, what I do is I'll write them down on a piece of paper here, a long list of everything that I want to achieve for that day. And there's a certain sense of satisfaction when you tick those things off as you go along, and you feel that you are actually achieving something, that this is not time that is wasted. So stay busy, make things, bake things, plan new things. Even if those things will never come about, at least you're activating your brain and you're doing something. Sitting and worrying is not going to change anything. Did you know that worry doesn't add one single day to your life? Worry doesn't kill COVID. Worry gets rid of no financial problems. All it does is it gives you bad health, because it starts to gnaw away at you. Also, the second one is talk. Talk about your situation, but also be careful who you talk to. If you're going to talk to a doomsday prophet, if you're going to talk to somebody who feels this is the end of the world and this is now the fulfillment of all sorts of apocalyptic prophecies and things, it's just going to drag you down. Get with the people that are seeing this for the big life lesson that it can be to each one of us. Get with the people that are equipping themselves during this time, that are improving themselves during this time, that are using the time that they've got now to envision new things for the future. Get with those people, because big minds plan future events. Big minds think about possibilities and vision for the future. So be careful who you talk to, but do talk to somebody. Read things. I've got a book right next to me here. I've got a pile of books on the end of my table over there that's waiting for me to get to, because in my down times when I'm not actually physically doing something, I read. And that keeps my brain active. It takes my mind to another place, and it transports me somewhere else into somebody else's reality. And it's a very, very healthy and good thing to do. Number 4, do not overwatch the news. Tune in at night for updates, especially when our Prime Minister is speaking. Listen to various things like that. Then I switch the news off. If you're going to watch it on 24-hour constant loop, you're going to get depressed, because you're going to see figures of how many people have passed away during that day, how many more infections there are, and that's not helpful for the human psyche. We need to stay informed. We need to take our heads out of the ground and actually face reality. But do not get hooked on watching the news all the time. Do not overwatch the news. And then fifthly, please do not fall for fake news. This is something that is an absolute pandemic within a pandemic, and that is the pandemic of fake news, where people are coming up with all sorts of ridiculous stories that, there's the components of the vaccine are highly questionable, and there's babies' body parts is the latest one I've heard in the vaccine. No, there isn't. There really isn't. I know somebody who is very closely connected to somebody that actually helped to develop the UK strain of the vaccine, the UK vaccine, and they can tell you that there's no such thing as that going on in the vaccine. Please, let's not be given to fake news. It's not helpful. And also, when people have got nothing else to do, what do? They get onto social media and start to destroy other people's reputations. Why do you want to be a part of something like that? A huge amount of the news going on at the moment is fake news. I will always carefully research something before I put it up on social media, or before I comment on it, before I even click the like button. Let's be responsible with these things. Do not fall for fake news, especially about the pandemic. It's making it worse, and there's a lot of lies that are being spread about it, and it actually causes people anxiety, it causes people panic, and it's not good for people's mental health. So just 5 ways to succeed during the lockdown. I'll be back with you again soon with some more tips, and so please keep going. Please keep going. Now hit the subscribe button there, and there'll be some more videos coming along as well. All right, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have an absolutely awesome day.